Eskom has begun another weekend of load shedding. It says the electricity system is once again under serious pressure. The power utility says it's run out of money to buy diesel and has turned to the government for help. All of this comes as the country looks set to be downgraded by Fitch Ratings Agency next week due to the poor state of government finances.
It's the third consecutive weekend now that Eskom has been forced to initiate rolling blackouts across the country. The power utility is battling to keep the lights on. For some time now, it's been running all its power stations to their maximum capacity with very little or no reserve capacity at all. 2 open gas turbines, which are supposed to be used for about 4 hours a day when any of the power stations is switched off for maintenance, are now being run for 12 to 16 hours a day in order to keep the system from collapsing. The open gas turbines run on diesel, which is costing Eskom a fortune. The power utility is now spending 2 billion rand a month on buying diesel, which is double the amount it was spending 2 years ago. To make matters worse, Eskom says it's run out of money to buy diesel and is now asking the government for cash. Fitch, which is due to announce its latest credit rating decision on the country next week, decided not to downgrade Eskom's credit rating last month, citing government commitment to support Eskom financially. But some analysts say Eskom's growing reliance on government funding could have serious implications for the country's credit rating.
If the costs in Eskom keep escalating, if Eskom's finances deteriorate even further, that would place a huge burden on government's finances at a time when their debt levels are already quite high. And so it's a legitimate question, can government support Eskom the way it ought to, given that their own finances are under pressure, and that creates a credit rating concern. At this stage, it still appears manageable, but it's very clear that there's going to have to emerge a different solution to how we fund Eskom. It's clear that user charges have to go up. In other words, the price of electricity is going to have to go up a little bit more in order to help Eskom. But it's also very clear that government is going to have to sell non-strategic assets to help fund Eskom. They've indicated that they will start that, and we'll get more detail of that in the February budget, but it's possible that they have to sell additional assets in order to fund Eskom.
Yesterday, a top official at Fitch made negative comments about the poor state of South Africa's government finances. The comments are seen as a strong signal that Fitch is set to downgrade the country when it announces its decision next Friday.
They've had us on a negative outlook, which means they are anticipating a downgrade to South Africa's credit rating. At this stage, Fitch has us on a BBB rating, so it's possible they downgrade us to BBB minus. At BBB minus, we would still be investment grade, but only one notch above non-investment grade, which obviously is a concern, but it's still fundamentally investment grade. So there would be an anticipation that Fitch could downgrade us one notch. I don't think that would be a disaster for South Africa. It would be a very clear signal that we need to manage government finances, and I think the Minister of Finance is well aware of that.
Currently, only Standard & Poor's has the country on a grading which is one notch above non-investment grade, known as junk status. Mbongini Mutua, SABC News, Johannesburg.